Hello everyone, welcome back to another Magic the Gathering Commander review. I'm going to do a quick microphone adjustment here, move this up a little bit so it's a little closer to me. Today, we are starting the Time Spiral Time Shifted set. And this set is going to be entirely reprints. It's of cards from previous sets that I've already talked about on this channel. So all of the videos in this set are going to be like part 2s to Commander reviews that I've already done. And the one we are starting with today is Akroma, Angel of Wrath. So I've done a video for this Commander already. Obviously, as we get farther and farther down into this game, and all the Commanders that got printed throughout the years of this game, we're going to see, for example, Akroma, Angel of Wrath multiple times. So a lot of these commanders are going to get multiple parts. I'm going to do the best that I can to try and stay on top of which ones I've done videos for, which ones I have not done videos for. I will try to be as up to date with the rules as possible, and I will try to be as up to date with giving new or different deck ideas as much as possible. But again, Akroma, Angel of Wrath has been reprinted a bunch, so we're going to see this card a bunch as we continue this series. So I may, on occasion, maybe not this commander, but on different commanders, I may treat it as if I'm doing it for the first time. I try to make sure that I haven't done these videos in the past. I try and stay up on that, but if I mess up on that and I treat it as if it was the first time I've done it, then oh well. At least with the deck ideas are concerned, as the game continues to evolve and grow, that should be pretty easy to keep up to date, because I will just be doing the deck ideas that are the most relevant to whatever the current meta is, whether it's Avatar The Last Airbender or the new Lorwyn Eclipsed set, which will be out by the time this video is posted. If it is not out already, it will be right around the corner, followed quickly behind by Ninja Turtles. So there's a lot of ways to keep the deck ideas up to date and relevant. That should be pretty easy. But if I miss something with the rules, then I do apologize for that. This set entirely, I didn't really update any of the rules for these commanders. So if there is an update to any of the rules, let me know. But Akroma, Angel of Wrath, iconic card from this game, and one that I've played with multiple times, is still a legendary angel. 6/6, 8 mana value, 5/3 white, and it still has a slew of keyword text. Just a reminder, if you haven't watched the original video, go check that out, because I talk more in detail about what this card is. But just a reminder on what protection from blank is. Protection from black and red, in this case, is essentially 2 different keywords, but not really. But protection from blank, in this case from black and from red, it is protected from black and red sources. So it cannot be, if you think of the word debt and you break that down, it cannot be damaged by black or red sources. It cannot be enchanted by black or red sources. It cannot be targeted by black or red sources. And it cannot be blocked by black or red creatures. So protection from blank gives that creature debt. Damage, enchantment, target, and blocking protection. In this case, it is protection from black and from red. Really, really cool stuff. Let me get my mouse back in here. There we go. So, like I said earlier, I kind of failed on updating any of potential rule changes for these commanders, so let me know as we're going through this set if there's any major rule changes throughout the past couple years that I did not make note of in these videos. Since I've already done a primer video, I guess you could call it, on Akroma, I'm not doing a synergistic card for this commander for this video. I'm going to do 2 new deck ideas for this commander. So the first one is a Vorthos style deck where you build the deck all around Akroma, Akroma's story, cards that associate with Akroma in any way, whether it's in the name, in the art, or even in the flavor text. So kind of a Vorthosy build, which may not be the most powerful, but I'm hoping because of how, at least in the old days of Magic, they did kind of have some semblance of like tying to the story of the game. So it may not be the most powerful deck, but it should be somewhat synergistic because the cards are associated with who Akroma is and what Akroma does. So it should be somewhat synergistic, and maybe you could add a couple of little bonus cards to beef up its power, but this is a Vorthosy story style deck. And then a second deck idea is one of my personal favorites, is building off of the Protection From cycle and filling this with cards like Absolute Grace or Absolute Law. There is an entire cycle of Circle of Protection blank, so the one you see here is Circle of Protection white, but there's a whole cycle for all 5 colors and artifacts. There is a Rune of Protection cycle, which is almost the exact same thing, but all the enchantments have cycling. And then you want to fill this with Pillow Fort effects like Ghostly Prison, stuff like that. This is a very Enchantress, enchantment-heavy deck. And you really want to focus on building this giant Pillow Fort where you just spend a mana and prevent all the damage dealt to you. And your opponents have to spend tons of mana even to get one attack in. So really cool, really fun, and very much dirtily spinning your thumbs while your opponents just kind of fight amongst themselves because they can't fight you. And that is going to do it for Akroma Angel of Wrath. Still very cool, very powerful. And one of the other things I'm going to say, as we do this set and the following set, which is Planar Chaos, I'm going to maybe look at changing some things up. The good news is Commander Magic is still booming in popularity, and lots of people are playing it, and I love that. And lots of people are brewing with fun deck ideas and really expanding the possibilities of what you can do in the Commander format. So that is great. The bad news is it makes it difficult for me to do my tier lists, because my tier list is based on the number of deck ideas that you can build with these commanders. And what I'm starting to notice while I'm building these presentations for you guys is that people are building tons of different decks with commanders. Some of them don't even really synergize with the strategy. They just are the right color identity and they want to do dragons in black-red, but the black-red commander has nothing to do with dragons. Or Akroma is mono-white angel keyword soup and they're building human soldier tribal or something like that. So it is very awesome to see this happening because people are giving all these commanders the opportunity to be played with and to be used and utilized. But it does make it a little bit more difficult for me to do my tier lists because essentially at this point everything is S tier because everyone is building a variety of decks. So I might change that, how I do my tier lists in some way, shape, or form after Planar Chaos. We'll have to wait and see. But very cool, very excited. And still one of my favorite OG cards that I ever played with. When I played with this card, I had the Angels versus Demons dual decks, which is where I got this card and like actually used it. So really fun deck, really cool card, and can't wait to hear your guys' comments down below of anything I missed or I didn't talk about as far as deck ideas or card synergies. So thank you again, and thank you guys so much for your patience. As always, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!